Okay, great. So you've all introduced yourselves. Nice little icebreaker. You've done your intros, who you are and why you're here. So that's great for me to know. I've noted down your questions that you've already started firing away, and what you're looking to achieve out of today. So that's great. If you have any other questions, just pop your hand up and I'll answer them throughout the session. If they're going a little bit off topic, then I might just ask you to jot them down and we'll cover them at the end when we have our question and answer session. So just a bit about me and my plan for you today. So I have been in the beauty industry since 2010. I initially started off by doing nails, slowly building up my treatment list with waxing and brows, spray tans, but my main passion is the lash extensions. And today I really just want to pass on all my knowledge that I've gained over these years, and for you to leave feeling as passionate and becoming as passionate as I am about semi-permanent eyelash extensions. So really today I want you to understand the correct use of the products that we're using and the different techniques for applying the eyelash extensions. I want you to leave understanding the theory and both the practical side of applying semi-permanent eyelash extensions, as both are just as important as the other. I want you to understand the consultation process and the patch test form, and understand any contraindications of why you wouldn't do the treatment, and post-treatment outcomes and what you should and shouldn't advise your clients. So overall you should leave feeling confident and happy that you can carry out the treatment to provide case studies for me to assess you on. So we will begin by going through some manual and reading through the theory all together. I'll then do a mannequin demo to show you the application. I'll then let you practice some application of eyelashes on sponges and mannequins, and then we will, after lunch, move on to doing a live model, which you'll have 2 hours to practice and really get stuck in. So throughout the course I will ask you questions, and you'll have a little theory test at the end, but please don't worry. If there's anything you don't understand, I am here to go through it with you anyway, so it's nothing to worry about. So let's start with the plan for today. So you've each got a manual in front of you. So this is yours to take, so please feel free to write any notes, and you'll find that you'll refer to it before and after all of your clients to begin with, and it's great to have it. I've kept mine since day dot, so yeah, you can always refer back to it. There's always something that you might forget, so it's good to have. So if we open up to the contents, so we're going to begin with anatomy. So just a quick touch on that. So the anatomy of the eye and the eyelash cycle. So basically there are 3 stages of the lash cycle, and it's really important that you explain this to your clients so that they know why they are losing eyelashes, and not to be afraid that they're losing eyelashes. It is a natural process and that's what happens with them. So we'll go in depth about anatomy. We will then cover any contraindications and why it's important to sterilise your products, your tools. We'll then cover the consultation process that you'll go through with your client. This is when you'll be assessing your client, the shape of their eyes, the type of eyelashes, so you know and you can prepare what you are going to use on the day to carry out the treatment. You can also take this time to have a look if there are any contraindications to which you shouldn't then proceed. And there is also a consultation form which I will run through so you know how to fill that out when you're with your client. After that we will look at the patch test form as well. So similarly, you'll go through this with your client, they'll need to sign it, so I'll make sure that you are happy with running through the patch test. I will also show you how to do the patch test in the demo that I'm going to do after this theory. We will then discuss adhesive and how it works. So different adhesives have different times to cure. They work in different temperatures and humidity, so it's really important that you understand that sometimes glue will take a bit longer depending on your conditions of the room. So, and it's also good to know what ingredients are in the glue. So we'll go in depth on all of that after. We'll then go on to the application. So this will include on how to use your tweezers correctly, how to apply eye patches, which lashes you need to use. So there are different lash weights and diameters and lengths. So it's really important that you know which lashes to use on which client. So if a client has weaker lashes, I might just use a 0.12 diameter, whereas if they've got nice healthy long lashes, I'll be happy to put a 0.15. But it's really important that you understand the different weights and the different types of lashes so that you don't cause any damage to your client's natural lashes. I will then do a demo at this point to show you how to apply the pads. I'll show you how to do isolation with your tweezers and how to apply the lash correctly. We will then look at the different types of curls and have a look at different natural lashes because everyone's lashes are so different. We'll also look at the eye shapes and how you would map different people in different ways. So not everyone will suit the same styling, not everyone will suit the same length and thickness. So it's really important that you understand what products to use on each client. We will then do a little bit of role play where we're visually styling each other. So we'll pair up and you can decide what kind of styling you would do from what I've taught you in the mapping and styling section of the manual, and see how maybe different people do it different ways, which is fine. Everyone will pick their different method of working and different styling techniques. So that's a great exercise I love doing with everyone. We will then look at the basic designs to start you off. Then I will take you through infills and removal and why it's important that clients come back after 3 weeks, why they need to, and the correct removal methods. And it's really important that you stress correct removal is so important to your clients and why they need to do it correctly in order not to damage their own lashes. We will also go through the aftercare and cleansing, and I will talk you through pricing, but that's really based on the area you're coming from. And then we will go and have a little lunch break, and once we're back we will be having 2 hours to lash your model. Now, I'm not looking for full sets, perfect sets today. What I'm looking for is that you're isolating correctly, you're using the correct lashes, and you're placing the lashes correctly on the natural lash. I will then take you through photos because you're going to need to take lots of photos for your case studies for me to assess you on and pass you on the course. And we will talk about the equipment and setting up your business and what you need to do for your case studies. It's also really important that you give out the correct aftercare and teach your clients how to cleanse. Now, you could do this by posting videos on your social media. You could give them an aftercare sheet. I personally like to give all of my clients an aftercare kit. So you'll also see that you all have a kit in front of you. So I'll just run through what's in this kit and what you'll be using today. So first of all, you'll find this little pot which has your glue in it. So it's really important that you store your glue correctly for it to last as long as it can, really, for you. I mean, if you're only using it a couple of times a week, the glue will last you. If you're opening and closing it all the time, then you'll need to replace it quicker. But it's really important that you keep it in the airtight container so that it doesn't go off. So that's your glue. You then have some brushes which you'll use throughout, and you can also give these as aftercare. You have your isolation tweezers and your placement tweezers. So the two different types, the two different shapes. We'll discuss this a bit later on. Different people have different preferences in the shapes, and I'll show you different techniques on how to pick up the lashes using different shaped tweezers, and then you'll find which ones you want to use going forward. You've also got some eye patches, so I'll show you how to apply those on the demo. You've got your glue stone for your glue, your mirror to check your work as you're going along. You've also got a lash palette, and I'll show you how to put your lash strips on and how to prepare ready for your clients and for your session later. You've got a couple of lash trays, and then I have included a aftercare kit. So you've got your foam bottle and your brush. So I'll quickly run through this now so that later on in the session, when you have your live models, you can do the same so you know you've given them the correct aftercare. So you would tell your client to put the cleanser in the little sachet that you'll have into the bottle, fill it up halfway and give it a really good shake. You'll then pump some foam onto the brush. Tell them to gently put the foam onto the eye, one eye at a time. Rinse that eye and then move on to the other eye. Once that eye has been done, you want to tell them to use the pink brush, just brush them through gently and brush them up, and that's all they really need to do once a day to keep them in good condition. And you need to really stress the importance of why you need to keep them clean. If there's oils and build up of makeup and all sorts on those eyelashes, it's going to break the bond of the glue, and that's going to also cause them to fall out. It's not just going to be their natural lash cycle and the growth that's going to cause them to fall out. It's all of the stuff that gets accumulated on your eyes on a daily basis. So it's really important that you really stress that out. At the end of the session, we'll go through your case studies and how many you need, and if there's any other questions that you have, we will cover them at the end. But like I said, if you've got any questions throughout, please don't be shy. Please just let me know and I'll stop. I can repeat if you haven't quite understood. If you want me to show you in a different way, I'll be showing you pictures and some videos on my laptop for different techniques and different styling. It's always good not just to talk about these things, but to actually see them and have a little practice. And then at the end we will do a little theory test, which is really just so that I know that I'm confident that you have understood everything that we've really gone through today. And if there is anything that you haven't understood, then I know that's what we'll work on. So after you leave today, that's not where the teaching will stop. You will all have access to my Facebook group. That's where all my students are, and you can post any questions that you have in there. All the students help each other out, and we've also got the other tutors from Lash Artistry and Education on there, so they're always happy to answer any questions too. So it's great for finding little tips and stuff. So I'll add you all to that group after this session as well. And if you do have any questions once you leave, please do email me or call me or just drop me a message and I will always get back to you. I like to feel like we have a nice lash community on our Facebook group. So yeah, no question is silly, so please do ask me. Right, so let's get started.